Hey, what's up, YouTubers, day traders, and market participants? We still had that follow through that we were talking about in last video. This week, I believe we're gonna kind of just float upwards just a little bit until we get NVIDIA earnings. NVIDIA earnings will be very crucial and help everybody kind of decide where some of the market moves will be coming from since Nvidia is such a big player right now. So how they do in earnings is going to kind of trickle down into the other companies. So without further ado, guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Will of the Market, and when there's a will, there's a way. I'm going to take you guys all to the promised land. Just stay tuned. Education, here it comes. Let's get into the charts. All right, guys, I touched basically on the last big stocks in last video. I did not sell anything today. I believe I bought a few things. I did sell one thing actually, that was Wells Fargo. I did not get rid of the entire position, and we will go into that just a second. But as you can see here, SPY is still climbing. We had this daily candle on Friday, signaling great strength. Today we did not close above below this blue line here. We did not close below it, so that is very good. If we can get another green candle to shoot past this next week, that will be perfect. And then we have NVIDIA earnings coming up on Wednesday, which could just drive this up to that 650 mark psychological. And then I believe we should probably uh, have a whole different new approach to the market once we hit that 650. I think things will start either heating up, getting crazy, or cooling down. So, got to stay tuned for that move. But let's get into Palantir, right? So, Palantir is one that I mentioned already back on this day. I really liked it here. So, my position is still right here. So, I am still holding these levels. Today, when it got down here to 150, it looked scary, guys. Let me know in the comments if you bought today. If today was a great day for you to buy and you did, you pulled the trigger, let me know in the comments because yes, it did hit that 150 and it looked like as soon as it touched that 150, it was a liquidity grab, pushed this right back up, right above this moving average here. And on the weekly, we still look good. Everything looks good. It's just a perfect trend up now in here, this is kind of a good buy zone if we were to get pushed back up to these highs. So I like where Palantir is. I'm still in this, waiting to see where we go. USAR, we are looking still good as well. I like here. This is when I got in. I'm still into the position. This does show me a little bit of weakness. However, we are still above all moving averages, so I am not too worried. My stop will be here. If we lose this level, then I will probably be out of the trade to reassess for something else. But if we were to come down to these levels, on the weekly, 1456 is pretty solid. So, but that would mean you would have to break your purple moving average on the daily, which I wouldn't want to see. I want to see it hold it. So if we do get down here, it's going to be kind of a wait and see approach. Not my favorite as of right now. Archer, I did bring that up a while ago. I do still like where this is. We got this key moving average here that is still holding. On the weekly, we also have this key moving average here that is still holding. So Archer's kind of been sleeping, you could literally say, for like the last 3 weeks, It's just as soon as it took this downward hit, it's just kind of been slumped and sleeping. That is okay, that's fine. The options premiums will get killed, but if you have your options dated out further, you don't have to worry about the time decay here. I still like this play. It still looks good at these levels, guys. Hims. Hims is kind of worrying me. It is in a good area to pick up, but I don't like that we just had this red candle taking over green. So that means we might even come to this level, 40.54, really fast. But don't worry, we have some pretty good support here with this moving average kind of rolling up. As you can see, we held here back in April and May. shot up, didn't get there again, but now we kind of got this double top going on. So we'll see. But then you can also argue maybe we got like a funky W. But we're also here at kind of the support here. This it was resistance. Now and it was support. So we're at a crucial level here. So it's not all end all, but I believe we could come down to this 40.54 before we go back up. Just based off of price action today. But we might it might not be even be that much bad, and it was maybe just the Bears getting out of their position on this last day before the rip, right? So that was basically it. I got Baidu still here on the charts. I have not got rid of my position. I should have sold at least one, a little bit of my position. I should have took some of the profits off, but I did not. Um, it still looks good. You got all your moving averages. You're finally above on all of it. The weekly chart looks solid. I would like to hit 95 before I trim this. So this was kind of a nasty pull down, kind of a nasty candle to have up here at these highs, especially, of course. Well, we broke these other local highs here, so we haven't gotten through these highs, which was made earlier or at the end, kind of July. So Baidu's still on the radar. I'm still in it. I like it. We'll see where it goes. Same with Baba. And Baba, we've been in for a while now. I talked about Baba. I talked about Baba with you guys back here when we were in this 105 area. It was just too good to pass up because look at this big line right here. As soon as we kind of get into this area, it pops up. Boom, popped up. So now that we're kind of sitting here, we're kind of breaking these levels a little bit, and I kind of would love to see it at 135 before I take my trim off on here. So I really like where we are with Baba, and the fact that we're above all moving averages is very, very solid. Um, I did talk about SMR over the weekend, and I still love this play. Today, it actually shows us that it wants to go up because it came down, price action came down and then pulled back up. Price action, it actually happened in the first like 5 minutes of the day, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it got really ugly in the first 5 minutes of the day, as you can see here. Very, very ugly, very, very strong. I think this was like a 4% move, a 3-4% move. Very, very ugly. But then the rest of the day, it held that level and actually just kind of kept going up and up and up. Kind of lets me know maybe the Bears, that was maybe the Bears last get out of this position before we go back up. That was maybe their last push down until and they just got all out because you got to think they've been pushing it down for so long. Now they finally see some strength. Honestly, this day would have probably been the best day for them to get out for their last position, but maybe you still had some people still holding and they pushed it down just for a second. But what happened? It got bought right back up. So I really like SMR here, especially on the weekly chart. You're pushing down into this moving average here and if we can get a green candle here to 40 and it close at 40 for the week on this week, that will be a perfect, what I don't know what the pattern's called, but basically green has officially taken over at a key moving average and it will look very, very good to the 45 level and even 50 level come 2, 3 weeks from now. But this week we'll have to close off strong, right? to make it look like to make it actually seem and look that the Bears are back in town right now. You can see that they're starting to come back. We want them to be fully back. NNE had a great continuation. This is still good. This red candle is perfectly fine because it's still in this upper portion of this green candle. So it's not like it erased most of this green candle. So this is perfectly what we want to see. This is the strongest the Bears are, so they're not really that strong compared to the bull action that we just had on Friday. So I see NNE continuing its move up. And then last but not least, we got out of Wells Fargo today. Why? Not all the way. I still have half the position because we did exactly what we were going to do. This was support. I was buying in here as soon as we got that green candle. Then I bought a little bit more here when we got that green candle. And now we're coming up to this moving average here. And I don't want to overstay my welcome. When you have profits, take profits. So I took a little bit off the table here because this key moving average can act as resistance. It could hit it. And tomorrow we get a red candle that engulfs everything that we just did over here, then that moving average is telling us we are not ready to go back up, and it's going to push it back down into these other moving averages here. So we're going to kind of have to, I definitely like that I took some profit off the table here. Um, and on the weekly chart, it looks good. It still looks perfect. That's why you can still stay in this position for sure, which I am still in. Um, Green has taken over red near key moving averages. It looks perfect. Now, like I said, we have this moving average here on the daily, and we have one on the weekly that we're bumping into. We have to claim that level. And then once we do claim that level, I believe we can, I guess we have a little gap here that we can fill. And then you have, I believe we'll see 83 and 85 very, very fast once we clear this level, if we clear the level. All right, guys, and I'm gonna give you guys one more before we go. I like Pays. Pays has been put on my radar because of congressional buying. You know, the congressmen are buying this. Congressmen and women, should I say, are buying this. And I was alerted about it around here, so if they were buying around in these areas back in May and June and pushed it all the way up to $8, now that we got this pull down to a key moving average and we're holding it, we got some we got two candles that held their own. This is a good candle to show indecision. So now if we can get a nice little green candle that looks something like that, all systems are a go on Pays, and I really like it. I've already been a buyer down here after earnings. I believe I bought my first part of, I believe I bought here after earnings. I had a really good return right here. I should have sold a little bit, didn't, but that's okay because my goal ultimately was back up to these tops anyways, so I do not mind or care. But in this area, you can still find some good contracts with some time further out, which I really like because as you can see, when we made this move here, when we made this giant move here, we're in the halfway mark here. That's what we like to see because then we can go douche, 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 and then so this played out from May all the way to, so months. So this could be another long-term swing trade idea. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, guys, I am not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before you buy, sell, or hold anything. I hope you guys enjoyed the content and you're finding some value in what I'm bringing to you guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.